memory that I have of Yvette and her teaching is, I don't really think I have a specific memory about her teaching. Not saying none of it is not memorable, because they're all memorable, but just that she's very relatable in her teachings whenever she preaches. So I appreciate that. And then also, I like that she's very energetic on the stage too. That keeps me awake when I'm tired.
There's been a couple that really set a spark in my life to get me closer to God and like more, like want to read more and get me interested in God.
Something I learned from Yvette was to be consistent and to always have a challenge for myself and make sure I stick to it. And if I say I'm going to do something, to make sure I do it and do it fully and not halfway, so that I actually learn for what I'm doing and not just saying I'm going to do it and don't learn nothing from it.
Like, no, not to worry what nobody else thinks of what you are when you're walking with God. Like, to ignore what they say about you, no matter how obedient you are.
I'm pushing 40. So to me, to learn or remember a particular lesson when I have other things going on, ain't gonna work. But she teaches a lot of lessons, because not only does she preach at church, she teaches women's group, even though we all teach women's group. But she had the more heavier load of it before we all started to chime in and teach. And I mean, every lesson that she's taught has taught us everything, like pretty much what we're going through as women. And we were able to relate. And not only did she teach from herself, but she taught from the word, which helped us to go back and look at things like, oh my gosh, so this is not new what we are going through. These things have been planted already in the Bible. These women have been through the same thing. So she gave us that opportunity as doing the women's group to let us know that what we're going through ain't new. We can relate to somebody in the Bible and how they've overcome whatever it was and how they done it. So we were able to put that into our lives, and whatever we go through, we were able to relate it back to whatever she's taught us in women's group, whatever we had. And just a lot of healing. She helped with that process as well for a lot of us. She helped with the healing process doing the women's group, having us open up to things that we didn't know we were suppressing, and letting us to also know that give it to God. He got it. Like, he's gonna make everything at ease, go the way. So yeah.
She's just really powerful when she does speak. So I feel like I always get something from her when she does teach and preaches.
I could sit here and talk all day about what I learned from Yvette, but the biggest thing I learned from Yvette is perseverance, pushing through, and staying true to my womanhood.
I've learned a lot from Yvette, and she's actually helped me grow as a person. Like, she's helped me stay consistent in my word, even when I didn't have the motivation for it. She helped me stay consistent in school when after our mom passed away, and yeah. She just helped me a lot through this whole year that I've met her.
Yes, I have a lot of memories of things that she taught me. Anything per se I can't think of right now. That question was kind of put on spot. I guess most of the time where she taught me when we would go read the theology book at Starbucks, and she taught me about like God's, his attributes of being omnipresent. And the way that she would review the book with me is most of the things that stands out that I remember of just her teaching me things.
When we're in the back, when she's teaching us, she always would get us hype enough. She'll go like, I don't hear you, and start clapping in, and we get more hype.
So regarding Minister Alexandria's teachings, there's not no particular teaching or lesson that stands out particularly. What I can say about her teaching style that really resonates with me is just how well she is with finding things that are engaging. She always wants to make sure that she's doing things not by standing up and just talking, but kind of getting people involved in what she's teaching so that in so many words it can resonate within us. Whether she is applying to day-to-day things, whether she is finding examples from her own personal experience or walk as a Christian, just whatever. Everything's always relatable and she's always engaging. Yeah. That's what I would say about that.
I remember the time she preached about us trying to follow the rappers and like get the bag or whatever the rappers be saying. And yeah, she was basically telling us that like that's not the right way. We shouldn't be following those rappers, no matter how sad they are or whatever.
A few weeks ago when she was talking about like our attitudes, because I had like horrible attitude, and now I feel like it has gotten better from her lesson that she taught us.
I appreciate that she's a bold leader. She's a fearless leader. And she always encourages us to be our better selves. Every week she checks in with us about our goals. And even when she's struggling to do her own goals, because she likes to sneak them brownies, she call herself out. So it doesn't do anything but make us want to call ourselves out when we're not staying focused and staying on our goals, because she's always our cheerleader. So, you know, we got to cheer for her too and remind her that she got her goals too. So we got to be her little push. That's what I appreciate about her. She's always our push.
That she's understanding, she's kind, and she preaches well. She's funny.
The way that she is consistent. She's persistent in everything she does. She stays on top of it. She doesn't give up. Even like she always brings up that when I wasn't coming to church, she would reach out all the time and ask me, am I coming to church? Every Sunday or every Thursday, she would ask me until I finally came through the door. So I like that she stays on top of that.
Yeah, it's her personality. She's just a funny person to me.
One thing I appreciate about Yvette is she's so blunt and truthful. She's so straight to the point. Like, she doesn't hold nothing back, and she doesn't say it like to try and use it against you or make you feel bad about it, but she wants you to grow as a person, so she wants you to learn from your mistakes. So, yeah.
I like how she's consistent and dedicated in her teaching and in her walk with Christ. I like that she reflects that onto others and encourages them and pushes them and is very adamant about, you know, are you reading your Bible? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? As many times as she puts on the WhatsApp and stuff like that, she's very like constant in everyone's life. So I like that.
I appreciate her for bringing us closer to God and being there for us.
Something I appreciate about Yvette is that she's always like has a smile on her face. Even if she's in a bad mood, you wouldn't be able to tell because she's just so happy and laughing, and she'll always crack a good joke and just have everybody laughing, and she's very funny.
She's very strong because she decided to be a preacher, and I never expected that.
As far as what I appreciate, I just truly appreciate her character in general as a Christian. I think she is a great role model for anybody who wants to get into their Christian walk and really living their life as a Christian. Like, Yvette is one person that is a no BS. I don't care what you say. I'm not doing that. This is my God. This is what I do. I'm not going in that environment. It's not appropriate, blah, blah, blah. And I think she does really well at showing that example through what she does and how she lives her life. That's how others can see the example versus somebody telling you how to live as a Christian and you don't see it in their own life. So I really respect that about her. And that's definitely the most notable thing that has got me serious in my walk as a Christian.
She's very like, she wants to be helpful. So anytime Piper has a question, I'm like, go to them, like go ask them, and then she'll break down the verse for her, and then she'll know what to say during the verse. So yeah. And with Piper's reading, she struggles with reading, and she's been very helpful during that. And yeah, we just appreciate her a lot.
Remember who you have at the church and what you're how you're reaching for them, and never give up.
I will tell her to don't give up that even though sometimes it's heavy, it's heavy being a leader, and you have your days where you feel like walk away and be done with everything because you got to be poured into just as much as you pour out to us. Don't give up, because you're always going to be great, and you're going to keep growing and keep being bigger. I see her having her own big ministry and being this. I'm not comparing, saying she's like the next Sarah, but she's Yvette, and we're gonna know who Yvette is because she's gonna make sure we hear her. That's one thing nobody gonna say. Yvette gonna tell you about yourself, but in a loving, kind way. And that is just, I just see her keep doing women motivational speaking. I could see her being like on stages across the world, like encouraging women. That's her. That's Yvette. Yvette is Yvette. I want to tell her thank you for waking up on even the days you don't feel like getting up and being bothered with all of us. It's a load, and we appreciate and love you for everything you do. And even if we don't say thank you enough to you or pour into you as much as you pour into us, we want you to know that you're very appreciated and loved just as much as you love and appreciate all of us, even when we get on your nerves.
Thank you for preaching and preaching and having a good time while doing it. And yeah.
I love her, and that I am glad that she was persistent, because now I'm here walking with God, and I'm happy to say that I'm a Christian now.
Thank you, and keep doing what you're doing because you're helping us a lot.
Something I want to tell Yvette is to keep going and to push us harder than we are, and to just motivate us with her word even more. And even when things get tough, to just think about how everybody else is there for her and has her back, and then just pray on it and know that we're here for her and as she is for us.
Look up, and that you got people here for you no matter what, and to keep that funny stuff going.
Another thing that I'd probably say just to encourage her, I know, because a lot of times I think she speaks about this with the women, how, you know, she didn't want to teach the women, but I don't know, I think she does a good job about it. But probably one thing I encourage her is just to stay motivated and dedicated, because even though you might not see your teachings and your consistency with us and just with young adults and just everyone in the church, it shows. Whether you might not see it now, but it does show.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for welcoming me and always like talking to me and making sure like I'm doing okay and see how I'm doing. And just always making me feel welcome and not being awkward.
Stay the same, because you are the best right now.
Definitely keep going. Don't change, because we have a group chat outside of the big group chat for church. And one thing about Yvette, she's going to keep asking and probing and telling and reminding and continuance and over and over. And that helps us as women, or just anybody, followers of Christ, because that probing and that pushing, she knows she's going to keep doing it. And eventually we're going to be like, all right, let me just read what she put. And then it could be something like, okay, wow, yes, we really do need to do this more. So Yvette, don't change that. Even though sometimes it could be annoying. Just kidding. It's not annoying. Don't change the fact that you are pushing your peers to that love, that compassion that she has, because she wants everybody to be on that level where it's about Jesus. Like, just don't forget Jesus. Don't forget to do this. He got you. That push that she gives us, that motivation that she gives us in the chat, or even when she sees us, or even if, don't change the fact her discernment is good too. Because if she sees us and we don't say anything that's going on, she be knowing. And she, what's going on. And don't change that either. Of course, she can't change it because of discernment. But don't change being pushy. Keep pushing us, because it does help us to realize that you just want the best for us. It's not the fact that you're trying to be annoying. It's just you want us to be where God wants us to be according to his plan and his will. Yeah.
Ignore the negative and think about the positive.
Well, first of all, we love you, of course.
She just makes everybody laugh, and we love her so much.
Yeah. literally just don't change. Don't change who you are. Keep being who you are. Yeah.
I learn a lot from her, like everything, and she like helps me like answer questions and stuff like that.
As a godmom and a preacher, I love you. That's it.
As far as encouragement, I just want to say I know times get hard when you're doing this work in ministry, as Pastor Kevin and Minister Alexandria would say, even for the leaders in the church, even though we don't have to get on the pulpit and teach all the time, it's very hard work. You are pouring into people and they're not always receiving the message. Sometimes you feel like you're speaking to blank walls. So I just always want to encourage her to keep going, to keep being who she is, to not sway from that. We pray for her daily to give her the strength the same way we pray for Pastor Kevin, and just to keep going, because she does touch people's lives. She does not give up on nobody. If you came into church one time, you're going to hear from Minister Alexandria again. Like, she don't give up on nobody. So just keep being who you are.
Stay yourself no matter what.
People are always here for you, and that you're a strong person and you can always fight through the hard times. And that God is always with you too as well. He'll always help you out when you need it.
Explosive.
Outgoing.
Funny.
Confident.
Funny. Energetic.
Loud.
Emotional.
Funny.